Hey YouTube, it's Pete Two Finger, and I just finished the amp I've been working on. We soldered it up, everything works. We did a sound test. I'll be doing a demo on this when we get out to the remote location. I don't want to play through a 12 here. I'm not very thrilled about the distortion channel. I bought a JHS Angry Charlie because the runoff groove Thunderbird that I built sucked too much current. And I really didn't know, well, I need like a high gain distortion. What's the real popular one that you can buy a PCB and build? And so I looked and the reviews were great and everyone said it was great. And I built this thing and it's like, I'm not that happy with it. The noise gate's acting a little funny. And that's probably, I have it too far in. There's too much gain in the signal chain at that point. When I had it in the beginning of the signal chain, it was cutting off. If I sustained a note, it would cut that note off. It would gate, and I had it all the way down on the control. So I think this is a case of me trying to combine a handful of circuits into this amplifier, and they're just not. I would just need to, I need to find a better noise gate, build that and install that in there. I need to find a better dirty channel and build that, install in there. I'm just not willing to go through that. For one, I'm not working to support this type of a hobby. And for two, it's a center channel. It's not really supposed to be high gain. You know what I mean? Even though if I have a high gain sound, I can use a medium or lighter distortion. So I've got to work through the bugs on this thing. As far as I'm concerned, the amp is done pretty much. I'm not going to be changing out the noise gate or the distortion circuit. The clean side is fantastic. That Lei Louis is a great circuit if you want to build yourself a little amp that does a little bit of Fendery overdrive. That's the circuit I would recommend. Or the Benson preamp, I'm going to be building that next year or coming up soon. But this one, I wish I could have got that Thunderbird to work. It worked. It sucks too much current is the issue. So, the idea of building it with that circuit and then having to change the batteries halfway through the day, and then change the batteries at the end of the night because it sucked another 3 batteries dry. I'm just not game for that. So, yeah, the amp is done. The clean channel sounds kick-ass. The dirty channel, if you turn the gain down, I was getting this like Judas Priest, Victim of Change's tone, this Marshall tone. Sounded sweet. Something in there needs to be cleaned up unless I'm running that Angry Charlie with the gain wide open. It was a little bit of crackling and interference sound. So I've got to go in there and clean that up, and then maybe I'll be able to play with it some more. The other thing is the first stage is a Fetzer valve, and I had the gain control for that on a trim pot that's inside the amp. And I need to run that to the front panel so I can get at it. Probably same thing with the master volume. So I'm going to put a couple more controls on it. I need to pull that circuit out of there and clean it up, figure out why it's making a racket. And it may very well be something with the noise gate. So who knows how this is going to go. I could very well end up scrapping this one, ripping the circuits out of it and saying, I ain't using it. Because this is like a no compromise thing for my outdoor rig. Like, I don't want to have it be like, oh, well, that amp, it only does this clean and I need it to do high gain and I need it pedal. So I don't know. I've got some monkey time to do on it, but it's done. And I'm not set up to do demos in my apartment. I'm just not. So when we get out to the remote, I'll have that amp finished by then, and I will do a demo there for you guys, let you hear the clean, let you hear the dirty, and then we'll be playing songs on it all day. So you get to check it out there. But, yeah, I can't recommend that Dodd 230, that noise gate. The company that sells the PCBs, yeah, that's a cool company. I tried the MXR muffler noise gate. I can't recommend that either. And I also a huge double birdie on that pedal PCB Angry Charlie. I do not like that fucking circuit. I just don't like it. It's an all or nothing. Like, it doesn't really clean up at all. I mean, it's a high gain distortion, and I've got to monkey with it some more. Hopefully, maybe we screwed something up, and that's why there's absolutely no high end on it. Because that's what it seems like to me. There's no trouble whatsoever. Like, he just said, meh, I'm going to take a huge capacitor and just stick it on there. You know, because he didn't want to have a fizzy distortion. That seems like something Josh from JHS would do and think that no one will notice. I fucking noticed. And I'm telling you what, that's the thing that I don't like about do-it-yourself. I like stuff that works together well. Like, I can't have one thing where, oh, there's treble on my guitar signal, and then another thing and I turn it on and there isn't any. You know what I mean? And maybe that's... I would be more inclined to think that people are running out and buying the Angry Charlie because of its fucking name. And because of JHS. Because then they can be nerdy and be cool. You know? I run my guitar signal through circuits for one reason, and that's that they have to perform well. You know what I mean? There has to be full frequency response, and can't be any noise or issues with it. Right now, I got issues with that thing. I got to fuck with it. So who knows? Maybe I'll come back and say I'm in love with the thing, but I think more than likely this is probably it for that amp. I'll probably use it once and then just be bringing the blue one out and take this as a lesson. I've got that Benson preamp, and if that amp build starts going south, I'm going to say fuck it and put that thing in a pedal chassis so fast my head's going to spin. And that's going to be it. As far as trying to cram everything into a fucking 5-pound box so I can impress people on the internet. Because you know what? I've already got the same exact amp board with a Tone Mender EQ in a fucking box this big, in a little box. So theoretically, I can build this shit as pedals and have it modular and just set it up real quick at the remote and get whatever I want that way. And that makes a lot more sense to me at this point after building a couple of these things and seeing what goes into it. Because it's a lot of fucking work building one of these things. You've got a 24 volt side. You got a 9 volt side. You got the power amp, and then you got whatever circuits. And in this case, it was a buffer, a Fetzer valve, a Lay Louis, a noise gate, and a high gain distortion. And the fact of the matter is, the noise gate's a fucking turkey. It's a dud of a circuit. And same thing with the fucking distortion. And right now I've got a little bit of an issue. It's making some noise. I can figure that. I can go clean that up, fix it. It'll be fine. But that's not going to fix the fucking main problem that the noise gate's a dud and that this fucking high gain distortion, it sucks. I'm not going to be able to use it. If I do use it, it's going to be that Judas Priest tone, that Victim of Changes, just breaking up Marshall sound. Because the ridiculousness that, I mean, I'm starting to wonder, when these people make these PCBs, are they really the same thing as the fucking thing? Or are they going, oh, I got 30% here, 30% there, and then when you end up with something that sounds completely different? Because I cannot fucking believe for the life of me that if I go and look up what are the best high gain distortion pedals, that the Angry Charlie's on the list. Because this thing that I built, it fucking sucks. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you soon, and peace.